In the distant 17th century, when Russia was cracking under the weight of taxes and serfdom, a man was born whose name would be forever shrouded in legend. Stepan Timofeyevich Razin, a Cossack by blood, a rebel by spirit, dreamed of changing the fate of an entire people. His uprising shook not only the southern borders of the Tsardom, but also the very walls of the Kremlin, making the mighty wonder how firm the Russian throne truly was. Razin was no ordinary Cossack. Folk songs hailed him as the people's ataman, while in the hidden corridors of the Moscow court, whispers called him a man led by Satan himself. Born in the village of Zimoveyskaya into the family of a wealthy Cossack, young Stepan witnessed firsthand how Moscow's tax collectors ravaged the Cossack settlements, and this injustice, chroniclers say, forever hardened his heart. Omens and premonitions. When Razin raised the banner of revolt in 1670, many strange signs accompanied his journey. Chroniclers noted that on the night before the siege of Tsaritsyn, the stars in the sky aligned into ominous crosses. Around Razin's campfires, old men told tales of wolves running alongside the army, a bad omen. Some claimed that Razin had secretly consulted the Volga sorcerers, who foretold glory to the heavens, but torment on earth. Tsaritsyn, fear and blood. The fortress of Tsaritsyn, despite its vows of loyalty to the Tsar, fell swiftly. The townspeople opened the gates to Razin's forces, while the Streltsy either fled or defected. Rumors spread that on the day of the assault, ghostly women in white shrouds roamed the streets, the souls of the dead warning of doom. One particularly beloved tale told how, as Razin entered the city, a young boy ran out to greet him, offering bread and salt, the traditional symbols of welcome. Razin took the bread, raised it to the sky, and declared, "For you good people, I shall spill my blood." Secret negotiations and Moscow's fears. Moscow was thrown into terror. Letters to Tsar Alexei Mikhailovich warned that the Don rebel might march on the capital itself. Courtiers whispered of betrayal and plots. Some of the ancient noble families, resentful of the growing power of the Tsar, were said to see Razin as a potential instrument to restore the old boyar freedoms. Persistent rumors claimed that Razin's mother came from an exiled noble Moscow family, giving Stepan secret rights to great ambitions. In panic, Tsar Alexei ordered the Kremlin's guard strengthened and secret watch placed on all Cossack movements. Feasts in Astrakhan, scandals and betrayals. After capturing Astrakhan, Razin hosted a feast that would go down in infamy for its savagery. Chronicles tell how he gathered the entire city population onto the main square. Sitting atop a gilded throne fashioned from the doors of the voivode's palace, he listened to grievances and doled out rewards and punishments. It was said that during one drunken feast, suspecting a betrayal, Razin drew his saber and personally killed one of his own atamans before the gathered crowds, crying, "Whoever stands against the free truth stands against me." Rumors swirled about mysterious figures in Eastern dress wandering the streets, envoys from Persia or the Ottoman Empire, perhaps. Some whispered that Razin plotted alliances with foreign enemies, though no solid proof ever surfaced. The legend of the Persian princess. The most famous legend tells of a Persian princess. Supposedly, after a rich raid on Persian lands, Razin captured an extraordinarily beautiful royal maiden. But to prove his loyalty to the Cossack Brotherhood, he threw her into the waters of the Volga during a feast. "What use is love if it chains me from freedom?" he cried, casting her into the river's depths. To this day, old Volga boatmen say that on moonlit nights, her sorrowful songs calling out Razin's name can still be heard over the water. Collapse and conspiracies. By 1671, Razin's uprising was faltering. Even among his most trusted commanders, treachery brewed like wild grapes. The most infamous betrayal came from the Cossack leader Kornil Bunsha, who proposed handing over Razin to the Tsar's forces in exchange for a pardon. According to one version, on the night before his capture, Razin's loyal warriors tried to convince him to flee, but Stepan refused, reportedly saying, "Let fate choose my path. He who spilled blood does not hide." Razin was captured in the stanitsa of Kagalnitskaya. Initially thrown into a pit, he was later transported to Moscow in heavy chains. Death of a hero. In June 1671, a massive crowd gathered on Moscow's Bolotnaya Square. Razin stood tall and calm upon the scaffold. Before his execution, he asked for a cup of water and, raising it high, proclaimed, "For free truth, for the honor of the Cossacks." The executioner's sword ended his life, but not his legend. For generations afterward, the Russian people sang songs of Razin, sometimes portraying him as a sainted martyr, other times as a fearsome outlaw, but always as a man who dared to defy fate and imperial power.